Hey everyone, welcome to Smash Trivia. I'm your host, Smash Trivia John. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram by searching Smash Trivia to follow everything happening with me. I'll be the one with the big old green head in the profile picture. So excited to get into this. This is the Gamma Analysis. Basically, in this series, I'm going to review everything Hulk, all the movies, TV shows, and I also do random other geeky films. Occasionally, not so geeky ones too. And I also like to mix things up once in a while by not reviewing anything. Hope you enjoy Smash Trivia Presents The Gamma Analysis. I want to ask everyone listening if they can please do sign for me. Please share the hell of this podcast with all your friends. If you don't, Hulk will be angry. And Smash Trivia has a Patreon too, so please check that out. We have some fantastic extra content on there. I bet you'll have a Hulk smashing good time. The tiers are as follows: $1 a month is Hulkaholic for a dollar, $3 a month is The Reading Room with Hulky and Shulky, and $5 a month is Smashing the TV. I also now offer custom trivia games on Fiverr, so if you want to take your game night to the next level, you can hire me. A link to the Fiverr is in the episode description. Now that we have all of that important stuff out of the way, let's smash right into this episode. Hello, my Gamma friends. Today I'm joined by Betsy AKA JynAndTonics. How you doing, Betsy?
I'm doing great. I'm having a great Wednesday. Hump day over here. Keeping it positive.
So, I'm glad. So we're gonna review the unreleased 90s Fantastic Four film. But first, as for our Hulkaholic for a dollar, we have Derek Sager, Gabriel Floral, and Film Critter. And I do want to let everyone know, listen, that after this episode, I will be taking a little break for a little while. I'm kind of feeling a little bit burnt out from doing the podcast, and also I have a trip coming up in August, which I will literally be seeing the same person that I'm recording with.
On my side of this country, it's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm very excited for that, but also also a little bit starting to get a little bit nervous because this is the first time I've ever taken a solo trip. So I've never flown on a plane alone, and I've never stayed in a house alone. So it's gonna be very interesting.
Okay, I'm happy you've at least been on a plane. At least it's not like your first time.
Oh,
people who are like, it's my first time. I'm like, you're going alone? You're very brave. The first time I went on a plane, I was like itty bitty.
Yeah,
under 2 feet tall. God, my parents broke it fast.
I went on a plane for the first time like 5 years ago, something like that. I was only like 17, and it sucked that first time. I was like, I felt awful afterward.
I'm a little scared. I haven't been on one in a few years, and I'm going on one in like 2 weeks to go to California. So I'm a little nervous, weird post-pandemic flying. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Oh man. So let's get into talking about this film. So this is a film that like I have like 3 different ways that I see this film. One, there is some really bad stuff in it. That I absolutely hate. Then there's stuff that I think just very much does not work. And then there are like a few small things I do like in it. Yeah. This is
I would say the same.
Wow. Yeah.
I would say definitely the bad outweighs the good, but like the story's not the worst.
Yeah. I think this is a film that if you took out some very problematic things, and maybe you made it longer, there are some things that could have worked better then.
Honestly, I love a good like hour and 45-minute movie though, because sometimes I'm like, there's a lot of talking.
I can understand that.
Hurry it up.
like
I liked it.
So mainly what I mean by the I like making it longer to make some things work better is like how when they get away from being captured at Doom's Latveria, the it like they literally just somehow got back to New York,
Just
even though
magically.
this is just magically. And
Just
also
magically.
immediately when they got back, they then had the I think it was like the hover car and they had immediately A4 now on the side of their building.
I know, I was like, did
Yeah.
somebody like call them to like contract that out, like on the way back? Like, what's going on? I know,
Yeah,
I was just kind of like, that was quick, but sure.
yeah.
Branding's everything, you know?
Mm-hmm. Uh, 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 I should say before. Yeah, for there's people are probably gonna be wondering what the hell I mean by problematic in this film. So the relationship between Reed and Sue
Okay,
is
good. I'm happy you brought
very
it up because I put it
weird.
in my notes and like bracketed it, and I was like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah. It's
my
like yeah,
guy.
why did you think why did the filmmakers think, oh, we should put them we should have he knew her as a child
Yeah, I
before
was
they
like,
get together.
I looked at it and I was like, okay, I had to rewatch the scene multiple times because I was like, is she under 18 or is she like 25? And then from the scene, I was like,
I don't.
she's like 15. That's
Yeah, they're.
weird.
Oh yeah,
So weird.
it's
Why were
literally
the
it's
90s?
literally two different actors is playing the young one and the adult one.
I know when I first looked up the cast before I watched it, I was like, oh, okay, like everybody's like a normal age. Like they're all kind of like 35. And then I was like, wait a, wait a second. What's going
Yeah,
on? What is
yeah.
happening? I will say,
Um,
sorry, the worst is gonna come out of me. Reed, very hot. I get it. I get it. I get it.
I mean,
But
I
she's
can
like, he's
definitely
so dreamy. I was
understandable.
like, you know what? She's
Yeah,
got a point.
yeah, that's definitely I could that's definitely understandable from her end. It's just not understandable from his end.
Yeah, his is. I'm like, hey, dude, that's weird.
Yeah, God,
Real weird.
yeah.
Why couldn't you make her like a college student? You know, that'd be a little less
Or
weird.
just not have a flashback of him seeing her as a child. That would work
Yeah,
so
you don't
much
have to put it in
better.
the story. We didn't need to know that. We
Like
didn't need to know that.
the thing is, like I did some reading. Apparently, there is like in some of the original Fantastic Four comics some like similar stuff to this. And happily, it has been changed since then, so that's not actually actually the case. But I'm guessing that they just decide, oh, we're just going to directly a like adapt some really not things you should adapt of the
Yeah,
comics.
I think things were different back then. You know, people got married when they were like 16.
Oh
Like
my
when
god,
comics
so
started, you know, because Fantastic Four is like the first family.
mhm.
Um, so I like get it, but I'm like, not
Mm.
nowadays, my guys. We have
I also
laws. We have laws
now
about that.
another thing that I find a little problematic is like how Ben Grimm just he accidentally knocks over this girl, and then he just is like, I'm gonna just pick you up.
Just
Why?
full
That's just
force,
not okay.
no consent. Be like, hey, can I help you up?
Yeah.
Like, just I will say Ben Grimm though, again, these 90s actors, they're probably like nobody or were on soap operas, but I'm like,
You
damn,
know,
bring him back. Where's he at?
which I was actually looking at to see if any of the actors have been in some and things I recognize since. And a lot of them have had like small roles in like different TV shows that I've seen. But I did find very interesting is that both the actor who played Reed and the one who played Victor have both played characters on Agents of Shield.
Look at that. A little dip in the toe every few years in the superheroes, you know? Maybe we'll see him in like Battle World or something for like magically the Fantastic Four again. That'd be incredible. Or like CGI versions of them.
Finally, Marvel until this film got leaked online. Marvel actually was like tried to tell people that this film didn't exist, that it never existed.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. I was like, no, I want to see it. It's so good, but it's so bad. You know,
yeah.
it's like Howard the Duck. You know, you're like you cringe, but
it's
so good.
At least there's not anything this problematic in Howard the Duck.
Yeah, Howard's just a little creepy, but that's about it. You know, at least he's a duck. He's an anthropomorphic duck. It's okay. Yeah. All right, let's get. I have so many notes. Okay, let's see. The electrocution scene, incredible. Victor's the very beginning. That like, how did Home Alone get it better than them? It's like almost Home Alone, but it's a few frames like too long. It's so funny. His screaming.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's a fake accent, but his accent is hilarious.
There are definitely a few moments of the film that I found absolutely hilarious with Doom, and I don't even know from the comics if he's supposed to be a comedic character, but there are definitely comedic moments with him in this. I think
it's just the movie.
I think he just that were honestly really funny. Like after they fight the Fantastic Four fights his goons. They're trying to escape Ape, and he just comes back in the room after leaving. He's like, huh.
His goons too, just wearing like green hoodies. And oh my god, I'm just like, I love the budget for this film. It was everything. And $3.
He goes to face the jeweler, and the jeweler's like, oh, if you don't stop, I will kill this woman. And he's like, so why do I care about this random woman?
Hurry up. Okay, the jeweler also terrifying. I didn't need all that makeup. You could have just made him a weird guy. I was like, oh, I didn't expect this to be a horror movie.
I like a potato. After watching this first time, I'm about to go, since we were originally planning on doing this review about to go. I looked up Julie to be like, is this actually a character out of the comics? No, but it is supposed to be. As they were originally planning on including Mole Man in the film, but they had to change it to the jeweler because they didn't have the rights to the Mole Man.
Oh, Mole Man would have been so much better. But also, like, the second plot line was, like, kind of weird.
Yeah.
I feel like it took away from the original one. I was like, let's stop. I don't need to see all this. The sculptor is so sad.
Oh, God. Like,
she's blind. Where did I wrote it down? She's blind. Her friends are possibly dead, and you're trying to kidnap her. Just, like, leave her alone.
Okay. So... Are we supposed to believe that she knew the team or all these people before the mission, or just that that she met Ben Grimm once as he knocked her down?
I'm not sure. Maybe she knows all of them, but I think she was touching Ben's face.
Yeah, she touched.
But it was like love at first sight.
It was like, oh, there's one scene in the film, I think, where she like literally says, "I love you." You literally met the guy one time.
The Thing needs something in this movie. Okay, his story is so sad. It's clobbering time. They say that like 6 times though, which is the best. Drinking game. Take a shot every time he says it's clobbering time.
Which I actually think. It wasn't great, but I actually think the way that the thing looked was decent for the time. I think that was one thing I think they actually didn't do bad.
I think they spent most of the budget on him and the jeweler, and then everything else is like,
Also, also, um, Mr. Fantastic's powers of hours of stretching. It doesn't look great, but but also it's honestly really interesting to see a practical effect version of that.
It is. I just love when he went to go like catch her head, and the hand is so like obviously plastic.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, you couldn't have
Oh
like
yeah.
put some foundation on that. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh
It was funny. I loved it.
yeah.
We watched it on YouTube, so nobody got any
Hmm.
money. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
We didn't pay nobody to watch this. It was free.
Hmm. Oh the I think that I do find it funny how they tease a sequel at the end by having um Doom's
The glove.
hand, yeah, he
Yeah, just like
moves.
sitting there.
Like there's no chance this film would have ever
In
got a sequel,
what world did
even if
anybody
they
think you were making another one?
released it.
Oh my god, it was
Oh
so
god.
funny.
Oh man. Um, I feel like if this jeweler guy though really did love Alicia Masters like he said he did, you'd think he would have told his goons, "Hey, maybe be careful when trying to kidnap her. She's
Yeah, don't
blind,
like violently beat her up.
Yeah, she's blind. She's gonna feel everything every time and you put a hand on her, or
Yeah.
like to an extreme amount.
People
Like,
are That's why I don't think he
you
actually
think
knew her. I think he just like was
well,
in
yeah,
love with her from
yeah.
afar, like a true creep.
He saw her, all her while they
He was
were
her stalker.
like I'm pretty sure like literally it was just he saw her as they were going to grab the diamond, and he fell in love just from seeing her that one time.
And the rest is
Like,
history.
God.
We've all been there, brother or sister.
Oh my god, it's
The Instagram DMs where it's the same DM over
I,
and over and over is basically the same
uh,
as the modern equivalent.
one I swear I was like, it really did not make sense to me. I don't understand what Victor has against Ben, because he was like, I'm going to not only kill you, but I'm gonna kill the woman you love. The only interaction we had in the film between Victor and Ben before that was Ben trying to save Victor's life from the life at the beginning.
Yeah, why is he like mad at him? Because
Yeah.
he was closer to the machine. It was your machine, dude.
Yeah.
It was like your whole idea. Why are you
Mhm.
mad at hot
Oh
Mr.
god.
Hair over here? I'm obsessed with when he gets the white hair underneath. I'm like, thank you. Thank you very much. Is it
It's one
21st
thing that
Century
it's like,
Fox?
actually, technically, no. It's I know. This was before. I think before Fox got any of the rights with Fantastic Four. This is just from Constantine Film, which is a German company.
Sick. Okay, I feel even better about this.
The one
Yeah, that
sign
was
that was
yeah, just the story's so weird because they left out like a lot of who Victor Von Doom is, so like his like anger doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I also feel though like immediately when he called himself Doctor Doom, that should have been started ringing bells in Reed's mind, being like, "Huh, I knew someone with a last name that is Doom." In which I would be very surprised if he didn't know that his partner had the last name Doom.
You're telling me this man is the smartest man alive, and he didn't know that Doctor Doom was Victor Von.
Yeah.
What do you want me to think over here? They're really just like being like, haha, this movie sucks.
One of the things I found very strange with the film, the Doctor Doom's two goons, like main goons, they had it seems like they created him. So why are they now just his goons if they created him?
I don't know, because they like
That
saved
was
his life, didn't
weird.
they?
Yeah, like it literally seemed like they wanted to like create some evil person, so they took his body when he after the experiment, but then just I guess as however many years later, they just got relegated to just being his goons, which I don't know
Well, he
how
is like
that
pretty
happened.
powerful in the comics, so maybe he like flipped the
Yeah,
script. You know, some
yeah.
blackmail. It's definitely blackmail. That's what I'm
Mm.
gonna go with. He has blackmail
Uh,
on them. He knows everything
uh,
about their lies. He's like, I have your brain. I know what you did.
oh,
He does look cool this
the,
entire movie though.
oh yeah, I honestly really like the costume for Dr. Doom in this. I think he looks very comic accurate.
Costume incredible. The mask amazing. His
And
gun
like the
beautiful.
and the fact that they actually tried to make his castle in Latveria look very comic booky. I
Yeah,
liked that because
I
like
really enjoyed how comic booky everything looked.
yeah
Like it was like very obviously a set, but in the best way
mhm.
possible. You know?
I, the one scene where we see a background shot of his throne room, it looked to me like it was all computer generated.
Oh yeah, 100%. It looked pretty.
But still, I loved seeing that. It was so cool looking.
Yeah, it looks very like temple-y.
Oh,
Like less of like a castle and more of like a
mhm.
dungeon or something. I loved it. I thought it was very cool.
uh,
His laugh
it.
was also a little scary. I was like, oh, spooky.
Oh, I think Sue's powers, they look all right. It's not nothing special, nothing terrible with them.
It's a little
But
cheesy
then,
when she's floating without legs, but it's okay.
but then, Johnny's his powers, those are so wow.
The ending
Yeah.
where he's just flying around, I was like, I'm gonna put it
Oh yeah.
on. I'm gonna put it as they didn't ever intend to release it, so they didn't actually fix it, and this is just like
Mhm.
a
And
mock-up, you know, because it's pretty
he
bad.
so he's following this laser, trying to stop it from destroying New York, and once he starts he actually gets in front of it and he starts, I guess, fighting the laser or absorbing it. He goes back into space, which is not where the laser came from.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird decisions made. I'm
But
like, what is he
also,
going for?
but also
Is he
though,
looking for the rock? Is the rock still up there? Whatever that
that
giant
does
thing was.
that also though makes me wonder. I mean, this is probably something that is just really a comic question, but can the Human Torch or survive in space? Space like you. Not only do humans need oxygen,
No, he needs oxygen.
but fire needs
He needs
oxygen as
oxygen.
well.
In the very
So
first comic,
yeah, like
it's determined he needs oxygen because they try to lock him in oxygen like free
so
tanks in like literally Marvel Comics #1.
yeah, so
Sorry,
yeah,
I do know that. That's weird.
that literally also just him being in space and being alive. This is like that's not something that could happen.
Being alive makes sense, but I was like, can he use his fire? I don't think so. That's not how fire works.
Oh,
Come
man.
on, this is a movie about scientists. What the hell? Also, what did I miss when they were just like, these kids know the most about it? They were like 9
Yeah.
and 16 the last time we saw them. How do
Mm-hmm.
they know the most about this
Well,
project? What are you
yeah.
telling them?
And
Reed,
anyone,
how
but
much time are you
also
spending
though,
with these children?
anyone who's smart would not take children to space.
I know, what is it? Only like 10 years later. So
Yeah.
she's like my age, 26, and he's
Mm-hmm.
like 19. That's
Yeah,
not
it's
a
not
good
like that.
idea.
It's
No, I
truly
can't go to
dumb.
space right now. That would be
Yeah.
insane.
Hey, hey, you have later in the film, right before, or Johnny goes to try and fight the laser, and he's like, I've always wanted to destroy this laser. I'm like, what? You have?
When
That's
did you
not something
learn
that's
about
been
this laser? Like
established.
4 days ago? The dialogue's pretty bad.
I believe it's supposed to.
Many
I think it's supposed to
finally.
be the same thing from when they were kids as they saw all, but I don't know.
Oh, that would make sense. I didn't put those two together. This movie's a little all over the place. There's a lot to follow. I couldn't tell what was going on.
Yeah. It's a film that I'm like, it has potential, but there's just so many things in it that are just, no, why did you do this?
No, why?
Dear God.
Why? Like Michael Scott just screaming. There's more. Oh, I have so much more. Let's see.
I can understand. Oh God.
I'm trying to think the lift off. I don't even know. Oh, the lift off when they're like going into space. It's just this weird montage of random like NASA footage. And I'm like, they are not in a rocket that big. What are you doing here?
Yeah. Also,
I was like, good job saving money on the CGI using some old stuff.
No, when they get after the accident, at first they don't even notice the fact that Sue's not there. They don't even notice it until she speaks.
You know, don't pay any attention to the women. It's fine. It's fine. The one woman, it's all right. You know, we're good.
Also, do not explain and why Ben's powers emerge much later than everyone else's.
Well, I think his has to do with emotions.
Guess.
Because he changes back when she says like "I love you," so he's like not it when he's angry. He's kind of like that. He's kind of like the Hulk. He's like the yellow Hulk.
It's funny. It's really funny to me how he's literally played by a different actor when he's the Thing, and the actor
I was gonna say, I was like, that
Thing
doesn't sound like him.
the actor playing the Thing is literally shorter than the actor who was supposed to play a Ben.
Oh my God, that's rude. You just took away a few inches. You're like, nah. You know, you just get shorter when you become the Thing too. Like, okay, rude.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I do want to talk about a little bit is, well, yes, I do think this is I think this is decently well for the Thing. One thing I don't think any of the the Fantastic Four films have done on that I think they should is that Ben needs to be played by a Jewish actor, and none of them have done that, at least to my knowledge.
Was this guy not Jewish?
I don't think so.
I didn't look it up.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, or I read online that none of the adaptations of him have been by actual Jewish actors.
Yeah, well, I mean, Wanda's supposed to be Romani, so yeah, I mean, we can't always hope for the best. We're working on it.
Yeah, hopefully with the new age MCU get it right. One does it better. They I like there are actors that I think actually would do pretty decent in the role of the Thing, that I feel like a lot of people would get annoyed if they were cast as, even though I think they would honestly be good. Like, I think
Andy Samberg.
I was thinking Jack Black.
I don't think he's Jewish.
Yeah, he is. He's Jewish.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's Jewish.
I did not know that.
And just based on how he did as Bowser, I think he can do a gruff enough voice for it.
Yeah.
I think that
he would just be
great.
Yeah, honestly, that'd be funny. Have you ever seen the Jumanji movies where he has to act like a teenage girl? He's incredible. He has range.
And not only comedic ranges. I've seen some films season where he does serious stuff, and he's great at doing serious stuff as well. So if they ever want to have some emotional stuff with the Thing, he can definitely do that.
Yeah. Who's your dream Reed Richards? I need to know.
That's one I'm like, I don't know who I want for that role. A lot of the time, a lot of the people who've been rumored, I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to feel about these. Like, Adam Driver, I can't see him as Reed Richards because I have too much of Kylo Ren in my mind. Like
Yeah,
that.
I don't think he has the right look.
Yeah. I think the honest, I really liked like John Krasinski doing it in Multiverse of Madness as but I don't think they're gonna cast him. And I also I think Glenn Howerton could do a good job
Oh,
as it.
I want Glenn
Yeah.
Howerton.
I think he has a great a great a style of humor that would work well for Reed,
Yeah.
where he can be serious, but also he has the kind of humor where he's always making fun of you if you're and that I think Reed can should be able to just make fun of people because able whatever he wants to.
Yeah, I want it to be Glenn Howerton or not somebody white, like Dev Patel
Yeah.
or
Oh,
Henry Golding would be great. I just, I think we
mm,
should switch it up.
yeah.
Let's switch
Oh
it
yeah.
up. It'd be
I
fun.
now and then for Sue Storm arm I but that one's where last one where I'm like I feel like many people could play her. She's not. I don't think she's really a hard one to cast. As
Yeah.
but I particularly like recently rumors of I think it's Jodie Kramer it's who is the female lead in Free Guy. Do you remember? Did you see Free Guy?
I don't think I ever did. I'm gonna look her up though
Ah,
right now.
I think it's Jodie Kramer's name. And I really enjoyed her in Free Guy, so I think she would be fun in that role. And then for Johnny,
Oh, I could see her. Isn't she
my
in? I think she's in Sex Education too.
I'm not sure. Let me see. Jodie Kramer. That wait that does not Free Guy.
I think she'd be good.
Yeah.
Or like,
Jodie
I don't
Comer.
know.
Comer is the name. And yeah. I really liked her in that. But then for or Johnny, I think a good one would be a Manny Jacinto from The Good Place.
That would be good. It needs to be somebody like very like naturally like extroverted,
Mm-hmm.
like an Andy
I can see
Samberg
it.
type,
Yeah.
you know, like because he's supposed
Oh,
to be like
you know,
funny.
one thing I kept thinking while watching this film with Johnny is of Freddie Prince Jr. Or as Fred in the Scooby Doo movies.
He did remind me of Fred in the Scooby Doo
Yeah,
movies. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
and honestly, I think Freddie Prince Jr. probably could have did a pretty
Yeah, if he
fun
wasn't like
on
if he
Johnny.
was like 10 years younger, he would do a
Hmm.
great Johnny. Like if it
Yeah.
wasn't Chris Evans in like the
Hmm.
2004 one, it should have been Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah. The
Yeah. I love Freddie
yeah,
Prinze Jr. I'm gonna see him in October. I'm so excited.
that's really cool. Another giant actor that another actor I think could be good is for Johnny is Brandon Perea which I saw in Nope.
Oh my gosh, the guy who works at the store in Nope.
Yeah, yeah.
He would be good. He would be so funny.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he would be a good Johnny.
He has the right kind of energy.
Yeah, I think he that would be really fun. Um, I think I to be honest though I don't think that we'll see an MCU Fantastic Four film for probably like 5 years.
I'm
There's
gonna say like
because of the
7.
yeah because of the strikes going on and also because they're having so much trouble casting.
Yeah, they
See, I
can't get a
think
director.
yeah, like
I mean, I get it. I wouldn't
um,
want to sign like a 12-year long contract either. That sounds
mhm.
scary. So
uh,
hopefully they get their money though, and then they will
oh
sign
yeah,
contracts
definitely.
because they'll be getting
Uh,
paid. So fingers
um,
crossed.
there was there had been a rumor like of what the whole cast would be, and like it was like Adam Driver as or as Reed Richards, or as Margot Robbie as Sue. I don't
That girl's
remember who it
busy.
was as Johnny, but then and Daveed Diggs is as the Thing, which I think Daveed Diggs as the Thing could be fun on
Eggs would be good.
and if from what I read, Daveed Diggs is Jewish, so oh that's really nice. The I think I think that it would just feel so weird if that had actually ended up being the casting, because you're having the actor who played Kylo Ren and the actor who's played both Harley Quinn and Barbie as Sue Storm. I think like
Yeah, I'm like, let's get some new faces in here.
like I think that I would definitely fall into like the categories of like you're never gonna be able to see them as the actual Fantastic Four because of the fact they're so well known.
Yeah, they already have like big names. That's why we need like smaller names.
It's the
I'm
same.
like, stop getting all the big actors. I don't want to see them again in another movie.
It's the same reason I have a problem with Harrison Ford as Ross. I'm like, I am never going to see him as Ross. I will always see him as Harrison Ford because he's that famous.
Also, I'm so sorry. He's so old. He needs to retire. You should not be working in your 80s, dude. Give it up. I watched Indiana Jones. It was good, but it was more sad. I was like, it looks like your bones are about to break, dude.
The one thing that annoyed me with Indiana Jones, the new Indiana Jones film, is that I'm kind of tired of the trope of, oh, an actress became old. All of their jokes have to be about how I'm old now.
Yeah, it was like I was like, we get it. We have eyes. We can see. We all know.
Old man.
And I'm like, shut up. I know. I was like, is the movie about saving the world or about him being old? I can't tell.
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Oh god. One thing I found really interesting about this Fantastic Four film that we're supposed to be talking about right now.
Sorry,
it's all right. It's all right. But it was more interesting stuff. So I looked into I was looking at trivia for the film, and I found an interesting thing about Doctor Doom, of someone who auditioned to be Doctor Doom in this film.
Oh my god!
It is a familiar actor from the Marvel movies. I want to see if you can have any guesses of who it could be.
Right. Okay, so this is the 90s. A dude, Marvel movies. Paul Rudd.
Nope. Nope. It was Mark Ruffalo.
My man. Oh my god, Marky Mark. The real Marky Mark in my eyes. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm happy he wasn't, because it didn't taint his name and curse him forever.
It's really interesting to me that Mark Ruffalo auditioned to be Doctor Doom in this film, and in the 2005 Fantastic Four, Robert Downey Jr. Auditioned to be a Doctor Doom. So
damn, it's both of
the Science Bros once auditioned to be a Doctor Doom.
They were like, I am a scientist. I know it in my heart. Give me one of them.
Oh yeah. So let's see. Let me see if there's anything else I really want to talk about with this film, because honestly, I like there's so much to this, but also there's like it's like not really a lot on actually. One thing I thought was actually kind of a little bit funny is at the end we see Eda waving a Reed arm out of the car.
Oh, oh my! I kind of look like a hot dog sticking in the wind. I was like, I'm gonna suspend belief, and that's real. I love it.
It's
I love that they showed that Dr. Doom invented FaceTime. Because it's just a little something I've been working on.
It's really weird at the end with the wedding, how Sue is the only person not in their Fantastic Four uniform for the wedding.
Why? Why would you wear your what? It's not like military blues or like dress whites. Why did you? Oh my god! I sat there. I was like, I'd be pissed. I'm not marrying you in a Fantastic Four uniform. Put on a tux.
Yeah, and when they're in these like force fields we see a Reed stretch his foot out of the force field. How did that work? I don't like.
I think it's because they're like his anatomy is now like smaller than Adam's, so maybe he could go through the force fields.
He still looked like a pretty damn good size.
I don't know how to make any of this movie make sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like what the hell?
The movie does not make sense.
Was there actually a force? Was there actually a force field there, or did they just think there was?
Yeah, I was like, maybe it's just like lights, and they were like, oh no,
oh god,
am I frozen? It's definitely just a trick. He's like, haha, I got you, April Fools.
Oh god. You mentioned earlier you think that a lot of the budget probably was spent on the thing's costume, which according to the trivia, that's literally most of the budget was spent on the thing's costume. The studio provided Roger Corman a few $1 million to make the film. That the film obviously had very few special effects.
Yeah, very few.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to call him out, but
very weird. Apparently, Patrick Warburton auditioned for the role of Ben Grimm in it.
Oh my god, that would have been incredible. His voice,
yeah,
that would have been hilarious.
Oh god, that would have been crazy.
Kronk before Kronk was Kronk.
Like apparently, the actors, just because they thought this was gonna be released, but obviously the studio wasn't promoting it. They literally paid out of their own pockets to go to Comic-Cons to try and promote it, and they brought a whole bunch of stuff from the film to Comic-Cons during the 90s for it, but just never got released. Like, oh god,
that's so sad. I will say though, I do want to make this costume. It looks pretty comfy and easy, but mostly comfy. I looked at it, I was like, that's just spandex. I like it.
You mean in the Fantastic Four costume, not wanting to become the Thing?
No, not the Thing costume. No. That looks
would a lot probably very hot as well.
Give me 9 hours and I'll be back.
Oh god. Apparently the HQ location for the Fantastic Four in the movie is a film that's actually been a lot of a building that's been a lot of different things. Apparently it was in a TV show called LA Law. It was apparently in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
That's where it's
in Grand Theft Auto 5. It's the same building that is Catco in Supergirl. And it's also a building that appears to collapse in the San Andreas film that The Rock was a part of.
Oh, the San Andreas Fault. What a movie.
No, this is such a ridiculous film. Oh my god.
It's a good time though, it's fun to see how far we've made it.
I do truly think that this film, there is potential here of a good film in it, but there's so many just things that don't work.
So many things
that and there's things that are just like really, really terrible that they put it in there, but there is like an inkling of a good film in there. I think that could have been brought out, but they obviously didn't want to put that effort into it.
Yeah, there definitely, you could tell that like there definitely wasn't like a next edit, like a second draft of
I'm
the
not.
script.
I'm really not surprised though of how low budget it is, because as they did ask Roger Corman to make it, and Roger Corman is a famous B movie director from like the 70s.
Yeah, you could tell that like it gave me like old horror movie vibes. Like there was like not clean transitions, things randomly appeared, dialogue didn't really make sense,
Oh yeah.
But it was fun. Besides that, it's fun to see like how far superhero movies have come, truly.
Yeah, it's definitely not it's definitely not a film that's boring, which is a good thing.
Oh, not at all. You're guaranteed to be entertained. 100%. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be funny. I say make a drinking game out of it.
Oh yeah, I feel like that would be so much fun doing a drinking game of.
Shot every time he says it's clobbering time.
Oh god.
For sure.
I feel like there's a lot of like
every time the CGI is so bad. Take a shot.
I feel like you're gonna be drunk really fast. It's a lot of Marvel films outside the MCU that would work really well for drinking games. Oh my god! Like, I would have so much fun with the Howard the Duck drinking game.
You should make one. That'd be fun.
I don't have any friends near me that I could do that with. I
also watch it, make don't want to like
also don't want to spend that kind of money on alcohol.
True, we could just do sips, but we could like do it on Zoom. That'd be a funny episode. Just saying.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I do love though going back and checking out all of the weird superhero films that you would not see things like this made today. Another one I want to check out at some point is the Justice League of America 90s film that apparently was supposed to be like a TV show, but it ended up just being like a pilot that never got picked up. And I think it's out. You can watch it for free online. From all I know about it is they're some of the costumes are very weird in it, and yes. It also I think tries to be like The Office in like a mockumentary sort of thing, and with there being interviews from Justice League members.
Okay, we gotta do that next because that sounds hilarious. Actually,
like there is, it is. I've seen in pictures from it. It is like
it's like The Boys before The Boys was The Boys. I love it.
Have you seen anything from this film? Have you
No, I didn't even know. I'm gonna look it up now with the costumes.
Here is a picture of all of the team.
Okay, I've seen that picture. I've seen that specific picture. I love it. Is that Nightwing? I love it. Let's do it.
I don't.
Is that Poison Ivy?
Like, I think the best looking costume actually on here is the Flash and maybe the Atom. But the other ones I don't even recognize them actually. Actually, one of them I think is supposed to be a Green Lantern, but he's blue.
Oh, Green Lantern would make more sense. I thought that was Nightwing.
Why is there a blue?
Nightwing would make more sense. Okay, let's see if it says who it is.
Apparently, at least, I think
the Atom...
Martian Manhunter also is in this. I think that's gonna be a fun one to review. It's so wacky. They I also at some point there's one Marvel film that I kind of want to review, but I really do think that I'm probably not gonna like it. I mainly because I've tried watching it once before, and I literally turned it off 5 minutes in because I was so bored. And that is Daredevil from 2003.
Yeah, I can't really do Ben Affleck's acting. He kind of annoys me.
I was just like,
He
I
bores me
literally
instantly.
am like 5 minutes in. I'm like, this is so goddamn boring. Why would I? Why spend time watching this?
Yeah, especially compared to the Daredevil we have from Netflix.
Oh
Like it's hard to be like,
yeah.
I'm like, this sucks. Sorry.
Like,
Sorry.
I think I one thing the one thing that I really enjoy about going back and seeing these different superhero films that are wouldn't be made today is because a lot of them have a tonal feel that is exactly what I like out of comic book films. Of like they do feel very comic booky and bombastic and ridiculous. It's like this film is definitely very crazy, and I like that it's crazy.
Yeah.
The same. I think that's really why I, for one, really like Howard the Duck, the Howard the Duck movie. That film is
It's
so much
campy,
fun.
it's
Yeah.
fun,
Oh
it's
yeah.
silly. It's supposed to be silly. It makes fun of itself. I like those
Mm-hmm.
movies that like don't take
Oh
themselves too
yeah. It's
seriously.
so
It's a pretty good time.
yeah. It's so much fun. Fun to be able to check these things out. It's like I also like recently I took a trip back and watched the first episodes of the Japanese Spider-Man which is really crazy. I'm honestly not a big fan of that one. But I also at the same night I watched the first episode of the '70s live action Spider-Man show that actually came from the States. And that actually I really liked. Like surprisingly, it has a very similar tonal feel to the '70s Hawk show.
Ooh, okay. I'll have to watch it. I don't think I've ever
Yeah,
seen one of those.
yeah. Um, it's surprising like how it very much does feel comic booky, and it also though even though I do think the actors look way too old for the roles. The roles like um Peter Parker does not look like he's a teenager at all in it,
Yeah.
but
They struggle with that in the older ones.
it has a very the first episode of that show which if you look this up look show up I would look up particularly Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man and because
Okay.
that's the main actor in it. But surprisingly the story for this is a really dark story or as it's has the villain in this pilot episode he is mind controlling people to like steal stuff for him, but after he's done with them he literally forces them to commit suicide. Like they like literally they're mind controlled to like either send themselves off a cliff or send them or drive a car into a brick wall. And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. That sounds interesting. I know. I love the
Yeah, it's
crazy plot
really
lines from these
interesting.
old
It's
ones.
yeah, but it's like honestly surprisingly like really fun on watch, and it's a sign that at some point I do kind of want to try and review because I think I did it just as a reaction on my Patreon, but there's definitely a lot more to it that I think is and warrants conversation for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to watch them so I can understand better. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Oh, but I don't think there's as much else to really say about this Fantastic Four film.
Just go watch it if
It's
you want a
just
good laugh, if you want to see some campy
yeah,
craziness,
yeah. Do that.
Don't watch it on a big
Please.
TV because it's not the best quality. Watch it on something
Oh yeah.
smaller so it's not super blown out.
Yeah, that sadly it tends to happen when you're watching a bootleg copy of something from the 90s.
Yeah, I was like for free on YouTube. I'm
Since
like,
it's
I get it,
like it's
but
literally a recording of a VHS copy of a copy of the film, since that's like the only a version of the film that it ever existed or something. I like there were film reels, but apparently the film reels got destroyed.
I'm not surprised. It's
Yeah. Hmm.
people don't care about cinema. People
Yeah.
don't care. They also just wanted to keep the rights. If what you told me is true
Oh
and they
yeah.
didn't actually want to release it, they don't
Definitely.
actually really care.
They, oh yeah.
They just wanted to
Definitely.
say they did.
I would. But yeah, you can check that out. I watched it one of the times. Well, I think I watched it on my on a big screen TV, and then the other times I watched it just as on my phone, so it's not as bad.
Yeah, I switched it to my iPad and I was like, okay, this is a little bit better. It's like
Yeah.
meant for the size. I'm like, I can do this. So I started on my TV. It's like 65 inches, and I was like, this is
Oh god.
unwatchable. So it's like big blobs everywhere.
Hey, I was when I tried to watch it on the TV. My mom walked to the room and she was just like, "Man, and these old superhero films are really bad."
Yeah, they just don't live up anymore, you know. They've gotten a
Oh
little
yeah,
crazy.
it's yeah, it's like wow. Um, there's not much else to say. Um, before I end this off, would you like to give me side say an announcer voice?
Yes, should I tell you or should I message you?
Just you can just put in the chat here on the Zoom call. If
Okay.
that should be easiest.
Let me see if I can figure out technology because I'm an old decrepit woman apparently.
Oh god. All
There we go.
right. Reed Richards is a weirdo.
At least in this version, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, I did like though after he after Ben did his like was be weird at the start to art by picking the girl up as they're walking upstairs. I did think that it was pretty fun, the banter between in them. Really does feel like they're friends.
Yeah, I want to know if they're like friends in real life because they had like the best chemistry in
Oh,
the whole
dude.
movie. Everybody
I
else, I
wouldn't
was
be
like,
surprised.
you're forcing it.
I would not be surprised. Well, I'm gonna end off this episode. So, thank you everyone for listening. If you like this game of analysis, please give a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or a 5-star rating on Spotify. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this film. If you have the guts to watch this, so please let me know. And if you'd like to listen to more from me, please subscribe. Many more game analysis from me coming, so keep on the lookout. This again is your host, Smasher John, signing off.